Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and happy Christmas, happy Boxing Day if you are also of English descent like myself. Today is Boxing Day, obviously the day this is up, so if you celebrate, Merry. So this is gonna be my last RAVEMAS video in case you missed it. Me and 6 other wonderful female EDM content creators are putting together RAVEMAS. We each were assigned a day of the week and uploaded every week on that day for all of December. So if you want to catch up on the others' videos, I will have the schedule and all their channels linked down below. For my last video, I have decided to sit down and talk about what would have been my 2020 festival schedule. And I feel like this comes across in a very negative connotation, and I don't mean it to be at all. For me, honestly, when I looked back at this list of all the events I was supposed to attend, it gave me a weird sense of optimism and gratitude. I think just because it made me realize, like, we're gonna go back to this. Like, we're gonna go back to a year that's packed with a schedule of these events, attending them with all of our friends, and I don't know, I think we just like forget that this isn't the end of the world. Like, life is gonna go on, pandemics happen, not very often, but they happen. We just so happen to be living through one of them right now. I don't know why looking at this list made me think that, but it did. So we're just gonna talk about the ones I was supposed to attend, because I honestly didn't even share this anywhere. Like, I didn't really talk much about the ones I was supposed to attend because I'm very much like a last minute full sender. Like, I will buy tickets to a lot of festivals at the last second. But I did have some that were plans like set in stone. So I'm just gonna go through and talk about those and whether or not I plan to go as the tickets roll over into the new year. So starting off, and this one I did talk about a lot, my first festival of 2020 was supposed to be Tomorrowland Winter, which is kind of a more, not obscure, but it's not one that a lot of Americans attend, I feel like. If you've been subscribed to me for a minute now, I was in London at the beginning of this year, so I was going to be traveling to it from London. Me and my best friend Maria were gonna go. We had our tickets, we had our Airbnb, we had like the shuttle pass, we had everything purchased, and then it got canceled. They've actually also already canceled it for next year. I don't know, it's a hard one to plan. Like, planning this festival took a lot of effort and savings. I definitely want to do it in the future just because I think the concept is really cool. For those of you who don't know what Tomorrowland Winter is, I mean, it's the winter version of Tomorrowland. It's not in Belgium, it's actually in the French Alps, and it is actually at a ski resort. So you can stay in the ski resort lodging and then literally walk outside and take a ski lift up to Tomorrowland. The lineup was really good, and it's a week long, but you can pick like what days you want to go. So we picked to go 2 or 3 days. I think we picked to go 2 days because that had the most stacked artists that we wanted to see. We very luckily got refunded everything. I think the only thing I didn't get refunded was I was flying from London into, I think I was flying into Lyon, and then I had to take a train like down to the village we were staying in, and I think the only thing I didn't get refunded for was that train. So not the end of the world. We got our ticket refunded, we got our Airbnb refunded. We were not staying in Tomorrowland lodging. We looked at it and it was actually the most expensive festival packages I've ever seen. I think like for the 2 of us, the cheapest option they had was like $1,000. We opted to instead, there's like a shuttle pass that you can get to 2 of the villages outside of where Tomorrowland is, and we were staying in one of those in an Airbnb. So we got that refunded as well, which was nice. But yeah, that would have been awesome, and at some point in the future I would like to go and check it out. I'm filming a video, so you can't be loud right now. You know. He wants to hang out. The next festival I was supposed to attend, and was doing this one very last minute because obviously I got sent back to the US from the UK when COVID broke out in Europe first. I was planning on attending Ultra Miami at the last minute, and I don't think I've ever actually told this story in detail, but I was gonna be flying back to New York like 3 weeks before the festival. I was so bummed about missing it in 2020 because the lineup was insane. I have a video on it if you haven't seen it, but I was super bummed I was gonna be missing it because I was gonna be in Europe. So finally, me and my best friend Claude, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry that I still can't believe this happened to you. We were like getting ready to buy our tickets. She was buying hers at the very last minute, so she bought hers like full tier ultra website price, which is like $600, that close to the event. and she bought hers, and I was like, okay. And I had a ticket ready to go. I was buying it secondhand off of someone who decided not to go at the last second. I was like, give me like 2 days. I just want to see how things with COVID are progressing in the United States, because it was getting a little sus, not that sus, but a little sus, and I had learned my lesson from being in Europe and watching things literally hit the fan within 24 hours. And I shit you not, after Claude bought hers and I said I would wait, the next day Ultra got canceled. I'm so happy I didn't buy my ticket, so fucking happy I didn't, because that would have put me out of a lot of cash that I would like to have right now. But yeah, so that was another festival I was planning to attend, and then it got canceled so close to the actual date, which was crazy. Also, I'm going through these in chronological order, so like which date they would have occurred in 2020. So the next obvious big one is EDC Las Vegas, but I've talked about it in another video. I was not planning to go to EDC in 2020. I am planning to go in 2021. Will it happen? Probably not. The next one I was planning on attending, and this was one I was very, very bummed about, and that is Ever After. This lineup, hang on, I'm just gonna put it up here. It was honestly the selling point for me, was the lineup. They had like Slander back-to-back Subtronics. They had a Void set, which I still haven't seen a Void set, so I wanted to catch that. They had like Sudden Death back-to-back, I think Eptic. They had so many good artists. It's mostly a bass music festival, but they also had a lot of really strong house acts on the lineup. There was like Chris Lorenzo, there was a lot of female artists, which I was so hype about. There was like Nora Ampure, Hannah Wants, I think Vanessa was also on there. So it was like a good mix of both. I was mostly going for the bass music, but they did have really good house too, which I like, because I like to sometimes have a break between genres. And like they also had Abstract, who I love. It was supposed to be my first camping festival, and I thought it was like the perfect first camping festival because it's pretty small and it's only 2 days, and I've always been like on the fence about camping at festivals because I can't imagine like not taking a hot long shower before I put my head on a pillow in a comfy clean bed. I've always wanted to do a camping festival, but was so like concerned with the logistics of it, I don't know, whatever. So I thought Ever After would be the perfect starting one, and we could drive up. It was like a 7-8 hour drive, which, yeah, it's long, but it's not the end of the world, and you can have all the camping stuff in the car. I just thought it would be like the perfect introduction to camping. It's not like a Lost Lands or a Forest where you're getting there like Wednesday night and staying 5 nights in a tent. Like, it's very easy, nice little starting point for rookie campers like myself. I was supposed to meet Mac for the first time. Mac, if you're watching this, we will get there eventually, my guy. We will get there. I've also wanted to check out Canadian festivals for a while now. Like, I really want to do Ever After. At some point, I want to hit Veld and Escapade and Shambhala, but we will get there one day. The next like big one on most people's calendar is Forest. I will talk about this briefly. I was planning to go to Hi Scooter. I was planning to go to Forest like before the lineup dropped. I feel like a lot of people have opinions about this. And then the lineup dropped. I was in a conflict with this one because part of me was like, no, the fact that you don't know a lot of artists or don't have a lot of favorite artists on the lineup is good because it means you have more time to explore the Forest. Like, it's such a huge festival. There's so much more to it than the music. It's everyone says it's more about the experience. So part of me was like, you should go because then you can experience way more than you would if you were like running from stage to see everyone. And the other half of me, which is the one I eventually settled on, Forest is an investment. It's expensive. Camping is expensive. Flying and like getting camping gear and all that jazz. She's an investment, and for me, I couldn't bring myself to put forward that money for a festival where I really did not like the lineup. Forest is 100% on my bucket list. I can't wait till the day I do it, but I don't know, it just wasn't my particular year for Forest. Well, it ended up not being anyone's year for Forest, but eventually I will go to Forest, just I don't think with this lineup. And then the next one I was planning on hitting, but I was also sort of on the fence, but I was probably gonna go because my friends go to this one, and that is Moonrise in Baltimore. I was more inclined to go this year because A, they expanded it to 3 days instead of 2 days, and second of all, they partnered with POLLEN to sell tickets, so I was most likely going to get my POLLEN ticket for Moonrise, which would be free. So I was planning to go. It's an easy drive down. It's a very easy festival. It's super small. It's the only thing I didn't like, which I've talked about in previous videos, is that it's during the day, so it ends really early. It ends at like 11, I think it ended. But it's just super easy. Like at that point in the summer, you usually want a festival, and the lineup last year was insane. Going in 2020 was pretty much dependent on the lineup. Like I knew I was probably gonna have the free ticket and it's an easy drive and easy stay, whatever, but it was definitely gonna come down to the lineup on that one. And then of course, Electric Zoo. I honestly think that every year Electric Zoo will be like that festival that I do try to hit no matter what. For me, it's like my home festival. I run into everyone I know. The lineup's always bomb. And again, it's just a very easy festival. Like, I mean, at least for me, all I would have to do is like take an Uber up to Randall's Island, and then after the festival, walk the bridge and take either the train back down or take an Uber. And I could sleep in my own bed at the end of the night. Like, nothing beats that. It's so easy. I really love EZoo. It's definitely a different vibe if you're not from New York or like from the Northeast. Also, they just announced their phase 1 lineup for next year, and even phase 1 alone is like so fucking stacked. It's ridiculous. I will be going if it happens. EZoo is just has a special place in my heart, and it's like honestly a lot smaller than you think. I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, New York City, like big festival. It's tiny. It's on Randall's Island. They don't even use the full island for the stages, so it's very small. You can get from stage to stage really quick, and the lineup is always stellar. And there's just so much to do outside. It's kind of like Ultra, where like you're in a city. I love city festivals because there's just so much to do, and it's so easy, and transportation is easy. So yeah. Okay, the next one, and this is definitely the one that broke my heart the most, and that is Lost Lands. I was going to camp. I was gonna do the whole experience, and when it got canceled, I like knew it was gonna get canceled, but I was still very, very upset. But I kept my ticket. I rolled it over to next year. So if you are going next year, if it happens, I will be there. I will be there whenever it happens. Like the first time it comes back, I have my ticket, I'm going. Then the next one I was gonna hit was EDC Orlando. I love EDC Orlando. I've talked about it on this channel before. I see it as kind of a stepping stone to EDC Vegas. EDC Orlando is one of the bigger festivals I've been to. Not like people wise, but just like space, or I guess people wise too. Like you definitely have to allow time to walk from stage to stage, and that definitely like trained us, I feel like, for EDC Vegas when it happens. I was very, very excited about this one. Also, I had so many friends going, so we were all gonna meet up. It was gonna be great. EDC Orlando is just really, really fun. Like the vibes are so good. It's such an insomniac event. Like the production is crazy. The lineup is always great as well. So I was very excited about this one. I don't have my ticket for next year's, or like the next one that happens, but I'm definitely planning on going like whenever the next one happens. I just don't have the ticket yet. Finally, the last festival I had planned, which is not like a specific one, but I did want to do some festival for New Year's. I had no idea which one. I just knew that I really wanted to do one because I've never done a New Year's event, and I think the concept of them is really fun. Like you get to rave into the new year. But I had no clue which one I wanted to do. Like literally no clue. There's so many to pick from, and I didn't know like where I wanted to travel to, or if I wanted to stay closer to home. Like I didn't know. I just knew that I really wanted to do one. So if you guys have any recommendations for New Year's events that you really like and think are really, really great or worth the traveling, definitely drop them down below, and I would love to hear your opinions. That is it for this video and what my schedule would have looked like for this year. These events are gonna come back. They're gonna come back, and they're gonna be so worth it, so worth the wait. The energy is gonna be through the roof. That's just what I keep telling myself. Like, of course I miss them with my whole heart, but like imagine the energy when they come back. The power, bitch, the power. I hope you guys like this. If you are planning to attend any of these next year or whenever they happen as well, drop a comment. I look forward to meeting some of you whenever they do happen, and until then I will talk to you guys in my next video. Hope you had a wonderful holiday, and I will see you soon. Bye.